game. James Madison, I felt another poor display from him, to be fair. Look, as you said in the post-match last night, he was growing in influence by the time he got taken off, and maybe if he would have stayed on the pitch, he could have created something for us in those last 15 minutes when maybe Kulusevski was on the pitch. But I thought first half and maybe first period of the second half, I thought it was fairly poor from Madison.
Well, look, when you have a player like Madison on the pitch and he hasn't had any shots on target and he hasn't, had many chances created, you're always going to say that he hasn't had a good game because that's his best qualities. And if he's not showing that off, then you're going to turn around. Look, of course, you're going to say he hasn't had a great game because that is when Madison is at his best, when he's doing those kind of things. I did think he was picking up some really good positions. And I thought, in general, when we were in the middle third, he was actually doing some really good things, especially in our build-up play, allowing us to progress up the pitch. And he was trying to find different solutions in the final third. He was trying to break down that door. It was very, very difficult for him, like it was for everyone, to get any joy from that West Ham defence, especially with 9 men behind the ball. Every time he got anywhere near the penalty area, he was closed down and he had 2 or 3 men around him. He had a couple of times where he tried to get shots off, but it got blocked on both occasions. And he'll be frustrated with that, I'm sure. I actually don't think, in general, again, I thought it was similar to Luton. I don't think when he was on the ball or anything, he was bad. Like, I don't think he did anything bad. Like, he wasn't giving the ball away sloppily. He wasn't having bad touches. Like, I thought he looked good when he was on the ball. He looked sharp. They just made it very, very difficult for him. And on this occasion, he couldn't get the better of him. And as you say, I thought he was actually growing in the game. And he had that really bad moment where he, right on the edge of the box, he's about to pull the trigger. And Paquetá bundles him over. Cynical foul. I couldn't believe the referee didn't give a free kick. And obviously West Ham created a chance from that. I thought there was a few occasions where he was actually getting in really good spaces on the half turn, really starting to run at West Ham and cause them problems. And then he would give the ball out wide and the move would break down. I don't think he was bad, like, individually, but when you come off when he comes off and he hasn't created any chances or had any, has any good chances himself to score, then you're not going to be satisfied because that's what Madison's all about.
Yeah, but it's a clear. I mean, since he's come back from his injury, he's been back a while now, and it's a clear for me drop off since the first 10 games of the season. In those first 10 games before he got the injury, or 8 games, however long it was, he was dominating games. He was dictating the tempo of the game. He was the hub of everything. He was running games essentially all by himself at times, and he's just not doing it to that same level.
I still think he is. Not to that same level, but I still think he's doing all those things. I still think he's actually playing well. I don't think he played back that badly yesterday.
What, you're saying to me it's not a drop off in the first 10 games?
I am saying
games,
it's a drop off,
right?
but I'm saying he's still doing those things you're talking about. I think that as a team, we're not at that, for some reason or another. We're not at that domination level that we were in those first 10 games where we were just batting teams away. Or to be fair, even those first 10 games, we had to struggle in some of them as well. But obviously, we're not at that level right now. I think that's clear. I'm from what I'm seeing from Madison, honestly, I think he, at the moment, he's still dropping deep, dictating the play. I still think his passing game is still pretty good. In the final third, he's not being as effective. I think we can all agree on that. But I'm not seeing a Madison at the moment struggling to impact our build-up or impact games. I'm definitely seeing a Madison at the moment struggling to get those goal contributions that we know he can get for sure. Although he has had a few since he's come back from injury, not to the level though as he was pre-injury. But I think he's actually not playing too badly. I really believe that. I think, again, when you come off the pitch and he hasn't had those goal contribution moments or those moments in the final third, people think he's had a bad game. But I think in our general play, I still think he's doing a lot of good things. And that's what I'm seeing from James Madison. I just think if he keeps playing, those moments will come for him. When you got a game like yesterday, it's very, very difficult. And it didn't happen for him yesterday, unfortunately. But I still think I don't think there's been... People come away from the past few games and see Madison not having goal contributions and think there's been a massive drop on his performance. And I do think he's not been as good, but I don't think he's been like completely terrible like people are suggesting. I think he's not been as good as he was before, and I want to see him get back to those levels, but I'm still seeing a lot of good stuff from Madison, in my opinion.
Yeah, but you're looking at the last 3 games. This game against West Ham, the game against Luton, and the game against Fulham, right? I don't think any of these 3 games you can say he's come off and played really well. I think that's just reality. You know, you've got to call a spade a spade. Yeah, I love James Madison. I love what he brings to the team. But he's nowhere near his top form at the moment. I don't think he's anywhere near that.
He's not near his top form, because when he is, he's one of the best players in the league. But okay, but when he's not on his top form, he's still providing something for the team, in my opinion, like something in general play. He's still doing a lot of good things, in my opinion. So I still see what he's adding to the team. I want to see him be more effective in the final third. I know he can do it. We all know Madison can do that. But I'm still seeing a lot of good stuff for Madison. I think from the discourse I'm reading on social media, people are saying there needs to be a discussion about him, all these kind of things. I'm not at that stage yet, in my opinion. That's just what I'm saying.
Look, I wouldn't drop him out the team or anything, but, you know, we still need to have that discussion in terms of he needs to improve, and he does need to improve, in my opinion. That's just the reality.